couple of helpful tips how to get at least better in Modern Warfare, even with the campers and all that. You know, I see a lot of comments and questions on different videos, not personally mine, but just other YouTubers that people's asking about how can they get better, what can you do about the camping, and I'm just gonna just inform you guys about just some of the settings and tips that can help you. If you watch some of my videos down below, you can see I get pretty good kills, I get pretty good streaks going on. But so tip number one is just pretty much I'm gonna say know the game. Play the game. I know a lot of people like play the game, know the game. Well, yeah, you have to know the game, know the maps, in particular. Because when I first started out, I was like, man, I'm just dying, I'm dying. But once I got to know the maps and know some of the areas people like to hide in, that type of stuff, and you can be like proactive, like, and take your time around corners, you know, because you have a lot of people hiding and camping. So what you want to do is don't rush around the corner. When you got somebody like me, I'm a running gun. If you watch any of my videos, I run and gun. That's what I like to do. You know, I am a SMG person, so I like to run and gun. I like to drop bodies. I like that type of fast paced Call of Duty action, you know. And so just play the game, know the maps, look out for the campers and that type of stuff. And another thing is, um, you know, go to your settings, you know, and when you go to your settings, go over here to your controller. Um, and you see you have button layout. You see normally it's on default for some. Mine is on tactical, you know. And which tactical did make a big difference. You see nothing really changed from this is the default. Um, it just switches the crouch and the prone and the melees. And the reason I switched it was because that's how you get the finishing moves. You want to know how you do the finishing moves? Switch that around. Creep up behind somebody, hold down the circle button, finish move. That's how you can unlock Kruger. Easy. If you try to use the melee, sometimes you end up hitting them in the back of the head or just not doing the finishing move that you want to do. So, like I say, just swap that around, and it makes it so much easier. Now, it does take getting used to when you're trying to duck down, but once you get the finishing move and you want to push that back to default, you can do that also. That'll work. But like I said, I like to just keep it on there. I got kind of used to it. Stick layout, uh, still preset. I hadn't changed that. It's on default. Vertical, I didn't change it. Now, horizontal stick sensitivity is at 13. I know you like 13. That's kind of high. It even says very high, but that's what I run. Because the gameplay is so slow. It feels like this makes it normal. Like I can actually turn around, I can move, I can do everything that I wanted to do with the gameplay by this being very high. So I'm in control of the game. So if I'm shooting somebody and then I'm getting shot in the back by a camper, I can easily spin around and take care of that. Vertical stick, same thing. I moved it high, very high, 13. It just helps with the aiming, and that's what I like. Like I say, you you know, put the game settings on what you like. That's the tip. Put the game settings on what you like, which takes me back to tip one. Play the game. Know the game. Know what you need to do to get better at the game. You know, ADS sensitivity. That's kind of saying, kind of like without a scope. I don't like scopes unless I'm sniping. So, but I have been doing the thermals. I like the NVRs and stuff on them SMGs. It just makes it look so much cooler. It doesn't really, help a lot, but it just makes it look cooler when you're killing. And I just know the reaction. People hate dying, especially when somebody hit you with a thermal on like an MP7 or something crazy like that. So, uh, and the sensitivity high zoom. I got it at 1.06. Like I said, you just gotta see what's comfortable to you. It just helps when you aiming down from far distance, like with sniper. And I run overkill. Overkill is my second weapon. I don't, and I wish it wasn't because I do like having scavenger. Um, but I have to have overkill. You see people hiding in windows and that type of stuff. You just gotta have scavenger. I mean, not scavenger. You have to have overkill. To me, that's how I run. Scavenger is usually my favorite, but it's in the same class, so I can't use scavenger, and that breaks my heart. Um, Aim response. Look, you got standard, linear, and dynamic. I like dynamic. Um, like I say, it just to me it feels smooth. It goes with my high rate. Um, and that's what I like to use. I like to say it goes with my high verticals and sensitivity and stuff. But try that out, or the linear, or you could try that out, or just use it on standard. I know some people just use standard. Don't change into that. Control the vibration, take that off. You don't need to feel that, and sometimes it's moving, and it takes the groove out of you being able to react. So I always had it off. Aim assist standard, weapon mount activation, it's the same. Enabled, exit. I didn't change any of that. You know, Slide behavior, you know, all of that the same. General, the brightness. Brightness I turned up to 53, just so I could see it better. I had it real dark. I couldn't see people hiding, and I think that just works better. And I film grain. Now, take the film grain. Look at this. You see how I put it all the way down to 0. You want it clear. See, once you start putting it up, you know, you want that off, like so you can clear, so you can see it clear. You know, you see the left is without it, the right is with it. Why would you want the screen fuzzy? I don't know if you want to throw in like if you screaming or you want to do some special effects or something. Either than that, have that off. I have it off. We're gonna go down subtitles. I just like subtitles on, and then there's other stuff. Motion blur off. Why would you want motion blur on? And I think they might have it default on. Turn it off. Look at the left. Look how clear that is. Look at the right. Why you? It's so much clearer without it. Take it off. Just some helpful tips. Weapon motion blur the same thing. Take that stuff off. Take it off. Color blind. I just like because I do wear glasses. Sometimes enemies do, you know, seem a little different to me. So I got that, you know, as you can see in the Serenopia, I think that's how you pronounce that setting, and it helps me out. Like I say, I get bodies. It's just some basic stuff. Audio, I turn some of that stuff down. Sometimes it's too loud, you can't hear. Music volume, I didn't need that blasting. Um, you know, and other than that's it. I didn't change really anything else. Crossplay. Um, Now with the crossplay, turn it off. I mean, unless you have people that plays on PC or Xbox or something, turn it off. Am I putting more competition on myself from other? You don't really want to go against somebody playing PC. That's not what you want. The controls is fast, and that's not what you want. So I got that disabled. I don't need that. Crossplay communication, of course, that's going to be disabled because I'm not using crossplay. I know certain game modes, I want to think like gunfight, that type of stuff, you have to use to, play those modes. So you have to enable the crossplay. But other than that, turn that off. I'm just running regular team deathmatch. I don't need that. Learn the game, know the game. Going back to tip one, that's so important. You know, and just know your style. Look at my weapon class. We can go to my loadouts. Okay, you see this? You see how most of these guns I got the turbos on there. But look at my class. All SMGs. Know your style of play, and you see secondary. All of them is overkill. I mean the HDR. I like that a lot. Um, that's my favorite sniper. This AX50 it lays people down too, but I just like the 80R. It just feels smoother to me. It don't really feel bulky, like I can't move so I like that. And like I say, just know it. Like, and like you see, even on this MP5, see the optics. I put the thermal optic on there just because I wasn't even running the scope, but then when I unlocked it, I said let me just try it, and I think I tried it first on this PP19 Bison, and this thing shreds. Like literally, this gun right here is the gun. Like people sleep on it, but look at the rounds. It holds 84, and that's ready to fire 84. That's crazy. And then when you throw in the FMJ, look at the damage. This thing turns into an assault rifle. So, that's when I put the thermal on. I said, well, let me just see. And I put the thermal, and I just like the thermal running with it. But like I say, you have to know your style of play, know what you like to do. Um, and I and certain guns. I'm just gonna give you a tip. If you new and you can't really find guns that fits you. Um, if you like the SMGs, MP5 probably the best way to go for you. It's steady, it kills. Um, and over here in assault, if you like the assault rifles, the M4A1 is probably the best. Then next, I would probably put the M13, and then you could go Kilo or the Odin, or the Odin then the Kilo. But M4 is your best way to go. It will help you a lot, especially if you're new to it, to the game, and you just want to get better. A lot of people are not good at the game. They just run with the M4A1. That don't make you good, but like look at the damage. You know, look at the accuracy. I mean, you see, and it just helps them. That don't mean that they good. I like to be different. I like to. That's why I got outside. You can check my videos down below. I show you how to get busy with the Uzi, the MP5. I'm working on the AUG. Just trying different stuff. The PP19 Bison, the MP7. Um, those type of things. So if you stuck in a situation, you don't really know how good you are, you feel like you're losing a lot of close range battles, go assault rifles, M4A1, then go M13. And if you unlock the scar is deadly. The scar really is deadly. But the recoil is probably pretty crazy. It takes a little getting used to. Or just go the old fashioned way. Run shotguns. You can use the Model 680 or the 725 is what a lot of people running, and that would put people down. They just nerfed it a little bit, but it's still deadly close range, still deadly kind of mid range. Then you put all kind of scopes on it. It's just kind of crazy. And then you can put a suppressor on it. That's what I really thought was kind of bizarre. Um, you know. And as far as LMGs, um, it, I'm not really. I know you can run an LMG and unlock characters, so the PKM and the M91 will be your best bet. The SA87, it just looks cool, and it is a decent gun. It is a decent gun. I have ran with it. I think I'm gonna unlock a few attachments on it. Um, Marksman rifles, probably this car 98K, probably the best bet. It is pretty vicious if you just want to use that. Sniper rifles, like I say, AX50 is you're gonna see a lot. It's mostly what I'm seeing lately. ADR is probably next to Dragunov. Uh, it's not bad. It's a semi, so unless now I have gotten a headshot and killed someone, just one shot, but most you gonna take like two, you know. Uh, and I can't even say if I killed them or they was already in the battle when I sniped them or some strange. So I can't even be specific on how accurate that is. Or man, like run with a shield. If you tired of people shooting you in the back, throw you a shield on. Equip a shield. And then have your gun in front. I see a lot of people doing it, tired of getting shot in the back. The best way to take somebody out with a shield, aim for legs. If you behind them, aim for legs. If they in front of you, um, you can keep shooting, but that's why I run with this Simtex. So no shield is gonna stop me. You going down. You got that shield on, sticky bomb to the shield, and it's over with. Tactical sim. Use the tactical sim. That's what I use. Like, and with even with this, like, even if you haven't got shot at all, you can still use this, and it will still regenerate you. You know, give you like a little boost. Um, I don't even know if that really helps if you hadn't been shot, but it will let you use it, so maybe it does something. Um, like I don't use anything but this, because it's like I say, the battles. Like when you do get in a battle, you shoot somebody, you know somebody else is coming or somebody else is behind you. So I immediately hit this. Um, so I use them. And like I said, I use sticky bomb because sometimes it's just getting away from someone. You don't even need this to like kill somebody, but sometimes it's just a good decoy. You throw it, it'll blow up something. You can take off, get it behind some cover or something. Um, like I said, I run overkill hardline because it's hard to get on streaks with somebody camping or somebody kill you. I've seen YouTubers get like 30, get a nuke or something, you know. But me personally, logically, I just don't get that. You know, I mean, the highest I got a few merciless kills, and I think that's decent because most matches, some matches, I've been in matches lately that don't even finish. People's camping that hard, it just don't finish. And a lot of times, I think it is something like matchmaking because you never stay in the same lobby. And I've been in great lobbies like, dang, that was a good game. Everybody was battling, scored like 75, 73. But then I get thrown into another game and, uh, it's Claymore City and it just don't work. So I just feel like it's just hard to get on streaks. But that's why I run the hard line. Um, for my third, I used Amped. Um, I use app or battle harden because sometimes I am switching weapons fast, but for the most you see I use battle harden. The shrapnel is not really useful to me because uh, you can only carry. It used to give you like two explosives, two lethal, but now I think they with the patch they give you just one. I've started in games. I've only had like one Semtex, and I think I used to have like two. Uh, but getting back to the stem shot, they give you two of these, regardless of what you equip with. Regardless of it's battle hardened or whatever whatever you run in with shrapnel, amp, tune, it doesn't even matter. They give you two, so that means in every life cycle you get two of those. You know, and so these are just some tips. Um, it's your boy Prez on them sticks. I'm just trying to shed some light. Oh, and before I go, and another thing, learn what you like to play. If you tired of reloading and all this, go to hardcore. I have played hardcore, but it's just the same camping there. So I say, well, at least if I'm gonna die, at least I want to be able to battle back. You know what I'm saying? Because even if somebody shooting you in the back, you might can turn around and get them back. Just playing regular team deathmatch, hardcore, you like, it just kind of, it just too difficult. Kill confirm is another game you can play that the camping is less. It's still a little camping, but not as much as the other modes. Like you will have to collect the tags and stuff, so people do have to go at least run out and go get the tag if they kill you. So, but other than that, just like I say, learn the map. Shoot house, they just added that. It's a decent map, but I just feel like the culture of since the game's been out is camping. So even with a small map like that, people just camping. They just still in the corners or sitting on top of the bins, the cargo bins, and it's just still the same. So, and it could be a great map, a fun map. It could be like a Nuketown 2019 or something, but like I say, even with the camp, you just gotta adjust the game, know what people like to do, know what people add, know the areas. That's why I say know the game, play the game. So then, cause look, you see, I'm a rank 114, but when I first started, I was just like dying and stuff. But now, and you talking about somebody who works as a full-time job, that type of stuff. So it's not like I'm on this every single day, all day, But when I do play, I do know the area, so I'm at least getting some bodies. I'm at least calling kill streaks. I'm at least competitive. You want to be competitive, so that's why I say. And then some of the maps just back out of it, like Piccadilly. Not playing that. So every time I'm not playing Piccadilly, you know. Um, Sometimes the cave, I'm not playing that either. People camping. So with the maps, just know the map and just bag out of it. You don't have to play the maps. You see it coming up since there's no vote, just bag out of it. Play maps that you're at least gonna be competitive. That at least you ain't gotta just watch it for campers all the time. You know. So, yeah, those are the tips. I hope they help. You know, and if you ever want to run with me, it's press underscore skip to my Lou. You know, hit me up. Uh, yeah, PSN is in the description. Thank you. I'm out. Going nutty.